Do you feel like no matter what you do, you're always behind? Let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself right now. When's the last time you checked your bank account and felt good, like genuinely at peace? Yeah, I thought so. For a lot of us, money isn't just a topic. It's a source of constant, low-grade anxiety. It's the thing that keeps you up at 2 a.m. It's the reason you avoid opening certain emails. It's why your to-do list has "figure out finances" on it, and it's been sitting there for the last 6 months. And here's what makes it worse: it spirals. You miss one bill and suddenly you feel like a complete failure. You make one impulse purchase, and instead of correcting it, you think, well, I already messed up, might as well. Sound familiar? That's not a money problem. That's a mindset problem, and today we're going to fix it. Let me introduce you to someone. Let's call him Peter. Peter gets his paycheck every 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks, without fail, that money is gone within days. Not on investments, not on savings, on stuff. Random stuff. Things that feel good in the moment but add zero value to his life. Peter isn't broke because he doesn't earn enough. Peter is broke because he has no plan. And without a plan, your money will always find somewhere to go, and it won't be somewhere that builds your future. Okay, before we go any further, I want to give you something important. Permission to not beat yourself up. Because here's the truth: the way you think about money right now, you were taught to think that way. Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, your brain picked up a script about money, and most of us got a pretty terrible script. Think about it. How did your family talk about money growing up? Was it open? Or was it something whispered about, argued over, or avoided entirely? For most people, it sounded like, money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Stop asking. Now, quick correction on that first one because this matters. The actual quote is "the love of money is the root of all evil." Money itself, it's neutral. It has no emotions, no agenda, but obsession, letting it control you. That's where things go sideways. And then you go to school, right? Years of education. You learn algebra, science, history, but nobody sits you down and says, here's how compound interest works. Here's how to build a budget. Here's how credit can impact your entire life. We were set up to struggle. But knowing that, that's your first step to freedom. Now let's talk about mindset. Because the first step to change is awareness. On one side, you have the scarcity mindset. This person lives in fear. Fear of not having enough. Fear of making the wrong decision. So what do? They freeze. They procrastinate. They blame everything: the economy, their boss, their past. And while those things may have contributed, blame doesn't build bank accounts. On the other side, you have the abundance mindset. This person isn't necessarily richer, but they think differently. When something goes wrong financially, they don't ask, why does this always happen to me? They ask, okay, what's my next move? They learn, they adapt, they take control. And here's what I need you to understand today. Money is not your enemy. Say that with me if you need to. Money is not my enemy. It's a tool. Just like time, just like energy. The goal isn't to worship it. The goal is to understand it, respect it, and use it to build the life you actually want. That shift alone, it changes everything. Now let's redefine what we're actually chasing. Because when people hear wealth, they picture mansions, cars, big numbers. But wealth is bigger than that. There's financial wealth, yes, the money. But there's also time wealth, the freedom to control your schedule. And social wealth, the people around you, your relationships, your support system. True wealth is having all three. And wherever you are right now, I need you to hear this. Creating wealth is possible for you. I don't care what your bank account looks like today. I don't care what mistakes you made last year. I don't care if nobody in your family has ever made it financially. That is not your ceiling. That is your starting point. Now let's get practical. Because we're not just talking about the problem, we're fixing it. Here are 5 steps you can start today. Step 1. Celebrate small wins. Did you write a budget? That's a win. Did you check your account without avoiding it? Win. Did you choose not to spend? That's a win. Every small decision is a vote for the person you're becoming. Stack enough of those, and your life changes. Step 2. Protect your environment. You've heard of crabs in a bucket. Some people, without even realizing it, will pull you back down. They'll mock your goals, pressure you to spend, make growth feel uncomfortable. Distance yourself, not with drama but with intention. And replace that environment with people who are growing. Because your environment shapes your mindset. Step 3. Set real goals. I want to be rich is not a goal. It's a wish. Try this instead. I will save $2,000 in 6 months by setting aside $333 per month. Now your brain has a target. Clarity creates action. Step 4. Give yourself grace. You will mess up. You'll overspend, you'll forget, you'll slip. And when that happens, your old mindset will say, "See, you can't do this." Ignore it. One mistake is not failure. It's feedback. Learn from it, adjust, keep going. Step 5. Build your team. You don't have to do this alone. Find people who are on the same journey, a mentor, a friend, a community. Because accountability changes everything. When someone else knows your goal, you're far more likely to achieve it. Now let me leave you with this. Financial freedom is not a destination. It's a decision. And here's the truth most people miss. 80% of your financial success comes down to behavior and attitude. Only 20% is knowledge. That means the most powerful financial tool you have is already in your mind. Your habits, your beliefs, your daily decisions. That's where your future is built. So here's your action step. Don't skip this. I want you to identify one negative belief you've been holding about money. Just one. Maybe it's "I'll never be good with money." Maybe it's "People like me don't get wealthy." Maybe it's "Money is bad." Name it, and then let it go. Because the moment you release that belief, you create space for a new one. And a new reality. Thank you for being here. If this spoke to you, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, your financial journey doesn't start when you have more money. It starts the moment you decide to think differently. Let's go.